My name is Javier Navarro. I'm a 24-year-old credential student striving to become an educator through the California State University of Long Beach. I am both a second and third generation Mexican American, born of parents who grew up in Watts and South Central. They are my two greatest role models. My parents always worked hard to give me the life that me and my siblings have today. My parents always taught me to share what you have because there's always someone in the world who does not have it. Above all things, my parents instilled the importance of an education. I am one of three siblings, one of 45 first cousins, and one of 4.9 million Latino Americans in the Los Angeles County. As a student, I have sought out experiences that have truly led me to my very passion, connection to human beings regardless of their race, gender, ethnicity, and everything in between. Growing up in the inner city of Los Angeles, I've witnessed the choices that people have made. Some people have made the best of decisions and others not so much. I have seen that an education, and a good one, allows people to not only find their identities but also change their circumstances. An education empowers people to become who they want to be and how they want to be it. In my work with juvenile inmates, I have seen the faces of many young men and women who yearn to be loved and heard. Their faces matched mine. Not only were they Hispanic and young, but they were lost and they wanted to be found. Above all, they were human. The difference was the support and guidance that a mixture of privilege and luck played into. Their eyes always glazed with the opportunities they missed because of one wrong choice, one wrong decision. More than anything, I wanted to set them free. I wanted them to be able to choose the better path they wanted to. See, because it's not that they didn't want to succeed and make the better choices that were very available to them. It was that they hadn't the guidance, nor the support, nor the voice to do so. Young men and women from the earliest onset need to be given that voice. In validation and empowerment, people find themselves, and more importantly, value themselves in all of their tiny and big puzzle pieces of their identity. If I could just give them my voice, I thought they could make that decision. I found myself seeking out more experiences such as these. After my 4 years in undergrad, I committed myself to a year of postgraduate service. Living with a cohort in South Central and working as a teacher, among other things, at a small Catholic school in the heart of Watts, my passion for youth grew quickly. I didn't know it, but these students were preparing me and molding me. Whether it was growing my patience, my kindness, love, or respect, they were helping me foster these qualities to be the teacher that I want to be one who could help them listen for their own voices. My work with inner city youth has highlighted the importance of one's voice. In education, the student's voice is the key to their success. If and what they want to be, we as teachers can transform our space into one that truly matches the voices of our students. The classroom doesn't belong to the teacher, it belongs to the students. And as an educator, I plan to emphasize the importance of the self. I want my students to share who they are, share their identity, and be proud of that identity. In so doing, I will create a classroom that isn't much of a classroom at all, but rather a home. Students spend more time in the classroom than anywhere else, and so I plan to expose myself to the cultures inside and outside of the classroom that even I may not identify with. In value and identities different from mine, I will also incorporate ethnic literature as an educator of English. Students can learn to read and write by using texts that are about blacks, Mexican Americans, Italian Americans, and Jewish Americans, as well as they can from reading Dick and Jane. To expose my students to not just new cultures, but their own is detrimental to their success. My purpose in education, I believe, is to prepare students for more than their SATs and high school exit exams. As a progressivist, I hope to create students who are able and willing to create change in their own communities. Through a solid multicultural education, all students will be provided with an equal opportunity to learn in school regardless of their socioeconomic status, gender, sexual orientation, or ethnic, racial, and cultural backgrounds, as stated by Galnick and Chin. Educators should create a learning environment that is relevant to all of its students so that they can read and write about experiences and narratives that promote diversity and allow students to find meaning in their own identity. It is imperative that students receive an education that is multidimensional as well as one that empowers them not only to attain their personal success, but additionally the success of their community. To do so, it is critical that educators have a thorough understanding that a culturally responsive education allows students to develop holistically as a contributing member of society.